Kapunda is Australia's oldest copper mining town, with a rich history dating back to the 1840s. Copper was discovered here in 1842, with the mine attracting miners and workers from around Australia and the world. At its peak, Kapunda was once home to the largest population in South Australia outside of Adelaide. The Kapunda Heritage Trail explores many historical sites, taking you on a journey through South Australian mining and pioneering history. The trail is a leisurely drive of around 10 kilometres and is also suitable for cycling or walking. Your journey of discovery begins at the historic Thomson Building, now the Kapunda Visitors Information Centre. Located on the corner of Main Street and Hill Street in the heart of the town. The Thomson Building. Built in 1860 using siltstone from the local Kapunda mine quarries by local businessman Andrew Thomson. The building was originally a store and later became the chambers of the Kapunda District Council from 1950 to 1977. This building is now home to the Kapunda Library, Visitors Information Centre, Community Craft Shop, and the Light Regional Interpretive Display. Entry is free. From the Thomson Building, travel into Hill Street, where you'll find Baggett's Fortune Mining Museum almost directly opposite. Number 1. Baggett's Fortune Mining Museum. The Baggett's Fortune Mining Museum was the former printing office for the local Kapunda newspapers, the Northern Star, 1860, and the Kapunda Herald, 1866. The Northern Star was the first English language newspaper established in South Australia. The building now houses an interpretive display of early mining life. Continue along Hill Street to the Soldiers Memorial Hall. Number 2. Soldiers Memorial Hall, The Institute, 1870. The Institute was originally a single-storey building, with the second storey being built after World War I. The Institute became known as the Soldiers Memorial Hall and was used as a picture show hall and theatre. Further along Hill Street, you'll find the Kapunda Museum, former Baptist Church. Number 3. Kapunda Museum, former Baptist Church, 1866. The building operated as a Baptist church until 1948, when it became a School of Mines technical school and then an adult education centre. It was purchased by the Kapunda Council in 1967 and later opened as a museum in 1971. The house to the left of the museum is the former manse, built in 1890. The museum is open daily from 1 p.m. till 4 p.m, except on Christmas Day. After visiting the museum, drive west away from Main Street along Hill Street, passing the duck pond on your left, and into Baker Street. Continue along Baker Street and across Montfort Street to the entrance of Dutton Park. Number 4. Dutton Park and Nurses Memorial Garden, 1877. The Nurses Memorial Garden is on your left as you enter Dutton Park. This beautiful garden includes a bust of Sister Vivian Bullwinkle, born in Kapunda on the 18th of December 1915. Lieutenant Colonel Vivian Bullwinkle was a highly decorated Australian Army nurse during World War II. She spent 3.5 years as a prisoner of war and was witness and sole survivor of a horrific massacre. The garden is a tribute to all nurses who served in the theatre of war. Enter Dayton Park and bear left at the Memorial Garden into the sporting complex. Number 5. Dutton Park Sporting Complex. The Kapunda Football Club, formed in 1866, is the oldest Australian rules football club in South Australia still playing under its original name. Dutton Park was established in 1875 when Francis Henry Dutton donated £500 towards the acquisition of land in order to create a recreation ground for the general public. With further donations from other businessmen, the park was established in 1877. The grandstand was erected later in 1904. The wrought iron gates were manufactured and installed by Hawke & Co. in 1906. The complex is now home to the Kapunda Football Club, netball, tennis and cricket teams, as well as a state-of-the-art bowls facility. Bear left around the football oval and leave the park via the southern gates. Cross over James Street and continue along Coghill Street. Number 6. Davidson Reserve. This reserve was named after a former town clerk from the 1960s and is locally known as the Duck Pond or Railway Dam. Water from the dam was once used to supply water for the steam trains. The old pump house still exists within the reserve. This reserve offers a tranquil and picturesque picnic area and rest stop with free barbecues and toilets available. Continue along Coghill Street for a short distance, then turn right into Queen Street. Pluckrose Cottage is on your left. Number 7. Pluckrose Cottage, circa 1870. Two miners' cottages were joined together to form a girls' finishing school in 1870. The cottage next door, number 6 Queen Street, was the home of John Hill, who was bosun on the HMS Buffalo. The HMS Buffalo was commanded by Captain Hindmarsh, South Australia's first governor. On arrival in South Australia in 1836, John Hill raised the British flag when South Australia was officially proclaimed a new colony nearby the old gum tree, Inglenelg. John Hill is buried in the Kapunda Cemetery. These are both private residences. Continue along Queen Street, then left into Railway Parade. Number 8. Former Railway Hotel, 1860. The Railway Hotel was first licensed by H. Forbes to serve traffic from the railway station opposite. It was partially destroyed by fire in the 1990s. This is now a private residence. Continue along Railway Parade. Number 9. Railway Station, 1860. The former Kapunda Railway Station is on your right. Declared open in August 1860 by Governor MacDonald, the line became the railhead to the mid-north of the state. The last passenger train to come through Kapunda was in 1989. This is now a private residence. Continue along Railway Parade. Number 10. Former Prince Alfred Hotel, 1860. The Prince Alfred Hotel was first licensed by A. Rowett. This is now a private residence. Continue to the end of Railway Parade and then turn left into Hancock Road, past the silos on your right. Cross over Adelaide Road and into Perry Road. As you continue on Perry Road, the former Kapunda Showgrounds are on your right. Number 11. Former Kapunda Showgrounds. The Kapunda Show was held at this site annually between 1880 and 1922. The distinctive high stone walls mark the boundary of the original showgrounds. The show hall pavilion, built in 1900, has been redeveloped and is now part of J.T. Johnson & Sons. Continue along Perry Road to the Kapunda mine site on your left. Number 12. Kapunda Mine, 1845. This was Australia's first commercial copper mine. Copper was discovered here in 1842 by Charles Bagot and Francis Dutton, who had noticed a green hue on the rocks in the area. Kapunda's copper ore was believed to be the purest being mined in the world at the time. The mine was closed in 1879 after extracting about 14,000 tonnes of copper. Once the heart of Kapunda, with the decline of copper value, parts of the mine were sold and mining in the area ceased entirely by the early 1900s. You can park here and explore the mine on foot. There is a 1.5 kilometre walking trail with interpretive signs and access to one of the open cut mines. The trail loops around the entire mine site. After exploring the mine, continue along Perry Road. The site of the old Henderson treatment plant is on your right as you approach East Terrace. The old Hillside mine is also on your right. Number 13. Hillside Mine, 1880. Copper ore was discovered at this site in 1880. The mine operated on a small scale until 1912, with a total production of 1,000 tonnes. Turn left into East Terrace. Continue for a short distance, then turn left into Cameron Street. Continue along Cameron Street to the Cameron Lookout on your left. Number 14. Cameron Lookout. Overlooking the Kapunda mine site, this lookout was named after Robert Cameron, a local implement manufacturer in Kapunda. The lookout is an ideal location to take photographs and enjoy the view over the mine site. The former St. Rose's Convent is located opposite. Number 15. Former St. Rose's Convent, 1892. The Dominican sisters established a Catholic school here and took over the education of Catholic children in the area from the Sisters of St. Joseph. The school was closed in 1968. This is now a private residence. Continue to the end of Cameron Street. As you turn left into Chapel Street, St. Rose's Catholic Church is on your right. Number 16. St. Rose's Catholic Church, 1938. Built on the site of the 1863 St. Rosa of Lima Church, the original St. Rose's was used by the Sisters of St. Joseph, known as the Josephites, as a school. Up to 100 children were educated by the sisters here in 1868. The sisters' founder, St. Mary MacKillop, was a regular visitor to Kapunda, visiting many of the Catholic schools to check on their progress. Continue along Chapel Street, then turn left into Mugg Street. As you enter the end of Mugg Street, Mine Square cottages are on your right. Number 17. Mine Square Cottage, circa 1846. An example of the first company housing built in Australia. The cottage is believed to be the oldest surviving structure in Kapunda. This is now a private residence. At the end of Mug Street, turn right into Mine Street. Park in the car park on your left and take a short walk, a 1.5 kilometre trail, to the lookout number 18 and the mine manager's house number 19. Number 18, Mine Chimney Lookout, 1850. On your walk to the chimney, you can also see and interact with a life-size sculpture of a Clydesdale horse and replica whim. The mine chimney is located on Dutton Hill, the site of the 1842 copper ore discovery. The chimney provided an updraft for the boilers and the mine pumping engine. Great views of the mine site are available from here. After visiting the mine lookout, you will find the mine manager's house a short walk south from the chimney on your right. Number 19, the mine manager's house, 1867. This house was erected in 1867 for the mine manager Captain Stephen Osborne. The home is now a private residence and art gallery. Walk back to the car park. Continue travelling north along Mine Street. Dutton Hill quarries are on your left. Number 20, Dutton Hill Quarries. Between 1867 and 1878, this was an open-cut quarry known as Wheel Dutton. It was named after Francis Dutton, one of the discoverers of copper ore in the area. Wheel is a Cornish term meaning mine or work. Many of Kapunda's early buildings were built with stone from this quarry. Continue along Mine Street. The former miner's store is on your right. Number 21, former miner's store, 1846. This original company store was also utilised as a school until 1873. This is now a private residence. Continue along Mine Street and then continue into Whitaker Street. The former Congregational Manse is on your right. Number 22, former Congregational Manse, 1858. The iron columns on the front veranda are unique to Kapunda. The stone wall capped with slag blocks is a distinctive Welsh style. This is now a private residence. Continue along Whitaker Street for a short distance and then turn right into Chapel Street. Number 23, former Congregational Church and Hall. The first Congregational Church services were held in Kapunda in 1853. The church was built in 1858, with the foundation stone being laid using a trowel made from Kapunda copper. The hall was later established in 1912. The church closed in 1976 and is now home to the Kapunda Musical Society, while the hall houses the Kapunda Senior Citizens Association. Continue along Chapel Street to the former police station on your left alongside the old courthouse. Number 24, former police station, 1852. The first police station in Kapunda was located in Mine Square. This station was completed in 1852 and operated for almost 100 years before its sale as a private residence in 1958. A 150th anniversary of policing monument is on your right as you continue along Chapel Street. This is now a private residence. The old courthouse is located next door to the police station. Number 25, Old Courthouse, 1866. The courthouse was built adjacent to the police station in 1866 at the cost of £1,700. In 1858, both the police station and the courthouse were sold, with the courthouse being converted into a factory and later a residence. This is now a private residence. Continue along Chapel Street, turning left into Oldham Street. Then turn right into Christ Street. Christ Church is directly in front of you. Number 26, Christ Church Anglican, 1857. Christ Church was designed by Edmund Wright and was built with stone donated by Charles Bagot, mined from the Dutton Hill quarries. The foundation stone was laid by Dr. Blood in 1856. The clock and bell were made in England and installed in 1866. Turn left into Branson Crescent. The Anglican Church Hall is on your left. Number 27, Church Hall. The hall was erected in 1896 and used mainly as a church and school. Turn left into Christchurch Street and continue to South Terrace. Turn left into South Terrace. St. John's Lutheran Church is on your left. Number 28, St. John's Lutheran Church. Completed in 1907, this was the first Lutheran church built in Kapunda. The church has undergone numerous alterations since that time. Continue along South Terrace. The H.B. Hawke & Co. Foundry site is on your left at the intersection of South Terrace and Whitaker Street. Number 29, site of the H.B. Hawke & Co. Foundry, 1857. H.B. Hawke & Co. Foundry operated here from 1857. Hawke's Foundry was famous for its weighbridges and mining equipment. Most of the decorative iron lacework seen throughout Kapunda was also produced at this foundry. The first Australian-designed hydraulic car hoist was developed and manufactured by H.B. Hawke & Co. in 1931. The foundry closed in 1984 and the building was demolished soon after. The foundry's office building still remains. This is now a private residence. Turn right into Whitaker Street. The former primitive Methodist church is on your left. Number 30, Primitive Methodist Church, 1864. This was the smallest church in Kapunda and was used as a school until 1907. The building is now a private residence, art gallery, framing shop, as well as a succulent plant nursery. The church continues to be known by its early name of Little Glory. The former house of Henry Binney Hawke, founder of H.B. Hawke & Co., is nearby at number 12 Jeffs Street. Continue to the end of Jeffs Street, then turn left into Crane Street. Continue to the end of Crane Street, then turn left into High Street. Number 31, Former Osborne House, 1862. Osborne House was built for Andrew Thompson, a prominent Kapunda businessman. The first game of lawn bowls played in South Australia was held here in 1876 on the Thompsons' private green. This is now a private residence. Continue along High Street to the former Wagonfellas house right next door. Number 32. Former Wagon Fellas House, 1870. This building was the former home of Isabella Brown Wright, who became the wife of Sir Sidney Kidman. It was later owned by Carl Gustav Wagenfiller, an employee of Sir Sidney Kidman. The building was locally known as Wagenfeller's House. A magnificent example of locally produced iron lacework is still visible around the veranda. This is now a private residence. Continue along High Street to the intersection with Mildred Street. Kapunda Primary School is on your left. Number 33. Kapunda Primary School, 1878. This was originally the site of a private school. The new Education Act was proclaimed in 1875, and South Australia's first model school was opened on the site in 1878 with a total of 415 students. The former Globe Hotel is located on the intersection with Mildred Street opposite the primary school. Number 34. Former Globe Hotel, 1866. This hotel was first licensed by E. Churchill in 1866 and operated as a hotel until 1918. This is now a private residence. Turn right from High Street at the intersection with Mildred Street. Continue along Mildred Street. The former Victoria Hotel is on your left at 48 Mildred Street. Number 35. Former Victoria Hotel, 1865. This hotel was first licensed by W. Rowett. This is now a private residence. Continue along Mildred Street and turn left into Maxwell Street. Continue to the end of Maxwell Street and enter Gundry's Hill Lookout on your right via a dirt road. Drive to the top of the hill. Note, there is an open area at the top of the hill for large vehicles to turn around. Number 36. Gundry's Hill Lookout. This hill, with a panoramic view of Kapunda, was the site of a small copper mine managed by Captain Gundry. Stone excavated from the mine was used to construct local homes and other buildings. The quarry was later roofed and used as a stable for Sir Sidney Kidman's horses before they were sold. Drive back to the bottom of the hill via the same road you entered. Continue straight ahead into West Terrace. Number 37. Kapunda High School, Iringa, 1879. Former home of Sir Sidney Kidman and his wife Isabella. They lived at Iringa with their family from 1902 until Sir Sidney Kidman's retirement in 1921. After moving back to Adelaide, they donated their home to the Education Department to be used as a high school. It was opened as a school in 1923 and still houses the administration offices for the high school. During school hours, you can go inside for a tour of the original house. Turn left onto High Street, opposite the school's entrance. Continue along High Street to Hare Street. Turn right into Hare Street and continue to the end. Turn left into Clare Road. As you drive along Clare Road, Jericho House is on your right. Number 38. Former Jericho's House, 1908. This Federation-style villa at number 9 is another magnificent example of the local iron lacework. This is now a private residence. The former Corporation Chambers is located opposite. Number 39. Former Corporation Chambers, 1876. The Corporation of the Town of Kapunda was proclaimed in 1865. Dr. Blood was the first mayor. An additional district council was formed in 1866. The town corporation moved to the new building on Clare Road in 1876. The district council moved to the Thompson building on the main street, now the Visitors Information Centre, in 1850. The town corporation and district council amalgamated to become the District Council of Kapunda in 1962. The district council occupied the Thompson building until 1977. The former corporation chambers is now a private residence. Continue along Clare Road and turn right into Church Street. Number 40, the Uniting Church and Hall, Wesleyan Church, 1858. This church is located on the corner of Clare Road and Church Street. The church was built in 1858, with the hall being added in 1884. One of the headstones sited alongside the church belongs to Captain John Richards, Kapunda's mine's first captain. Continue to the end of Church Street, then turn right into Beck Street. Carclays is on your left. Number 41, former Carclays, circa 1900. This two-storey building has a fine example of Kapunda's iron lacework. This is now a private residence. Continue along Beck Street, then turn left into Blythe Street. The Masonic Hall is on your left at the intersection. Number 42, Masonic Hall, 1914. Numerous lodges held meetings in Kapunda from the early 1850s. The first Freemasons meeting was held at the Sir John Franklin Hotel in 1860 and later at the Kapunda Institute prior to the Masonic Hall being built in 1914. Additional places of historic interest. You can find Map the Miner on Teely Highway at the southern town entrance. Map the Miner, 1987. Sculpted by Ben Van Zetten, construction of the 8-metre tall monument started in 1987 and was completed in 1988. The statue of Map Kernow, meaning the son of Cornwall, is a Cornish miner wearing traditional attire and tools. Baker's Flat can be found at the intersection of Perry Road and East Terrace, opposite the Hillside Mine. Baker's Flat, situated close to the Kapunda mine site. During Kapunda's mining peak, this area housed a thriving Irish community of around 1,000 Irish workers and their families who lived here in a tent city. Ford House is located at 80 Main Street. Ford House is located at 80 Main Street. The North Kapunda Hotel is located on the main street opposite the Visitors Information Centre. North Kapunda Hotel. Established in 1849, Sir Sidney Kidman's famous annual horse sales were held behind this hotel. The Sir John Franklin Hotel is located on the main street opposite the Kapunda Post Office. Sir John Franklin Hotel. Established in 1849, the hotel's original owner, James Whittaker, was host to notable guests including Sir Sidney Kidman and explorers Sturt and McKinley. The Kapunda Hospital is located on Nash Street. Continue north along Mildred Street. Nash Street is on your right. Kapunda Hospital. The hospital was built in 1877. This impressive building is another example of beautiful Kapunda iron lacework and also features Kapunda marble. Locally mined Kapunda marble was also used in the building of the South Australian Parliament House and the pedestal of the statue of Venus on North Terrace in Adelaide City. From Main Street, turn up South Terrace. Continue along South Terrace to the Truro Road, Nuriukta turn-off on your right. McCarthy Lake can be seen further up on your right. McCarthy Lake. Seen from Truro Road, this lake is fed by a permanent spring. Originally used as the local swimming pool and recreation area, it was once also large enough to hold sailing regattas. Continue along South Terrace, straight past the Truro Road Nuriukta turn-off, towards Udunda. Allenby Station is located 15 kilometres from Kapunda. You will find the turn-off and signage on your left. Allenby Station. Allenby Station was established in 1839 by Frederick Dutton, brother of Francis Dutton. Only 3 years later, Francis Dutton, along with Charles Bagot, discovered the copper at the Kapunda mine site. Allenby Station was known for its merino sheep, Clydesdale stud, grand buildings and beautiful gardens. Tours are available for groups of 10 or more. Please visit the Kapunda Visitors Information Centre to find out more. Travel 7 kilometres down Clare Road. The Pines Reserve is on your right. The Pines. The pines were originally planted in 1885 as part of a government natural resource initiative. The area became a popular picnic spot for locals around the early 1900s until 1931 when the trees were cut down to be utilised elsewhere. Now a reserve, the Pines is a relaxing location to picnic and explore walking trails. For more information on Kapunda, its history and attractions, visit or contact the Kapunda Visitors Information Centre at 51 to 53 Main Street, Kapunda, or phone 1300 770 301 or visit www.cometokapunda.com.au or www.light.sa.gov.au. Thank you for watching.